Hey everyone, this week I'm going to be reviewing a waterproof backpack by K&F Concept. So like I said, this is a backpack by K&F Concept. It's designed for camera equipment and it's also designed to be waterproof. So as you can see, we've got fantastic test conditions. The Great British weather has not let us down. It's absolutely chucking it down with rain. The company sent me this bag earlier in the week and I am allowed to keep this, but I want to be completely upfront. I'm not being paid anything else for this and I'm not obliged to say anything in particular about the bag. So everything I do say is going to be my honest opinion and an unbiased opinion too. So without further ado, let's crack on and test it. Okay, so the main compartment for the camera gear can be easily accessed by just taking off one strap, swinging the bag round, and then you can pull down these zippers, and there you've got easy access to your camera. But when you get the bag, it does come with some sections which are easily put together with Velcro, which allows you to section off various items. So in here I've got my Z7 with my 24 to 17mm f4 lens, but I've also got that sectioned off with a divider, and on the other side I've got my 14 to 30mm f4 lens as well, and that just tucks back in there. And in this little bit you've got a space of batteries or spare memory cards. So the other section of the bag is this compartment here above the camera gear section, and to get into that you use this really heavy duty buckle here. It's really well made, really solid, feels like a car seat belt buckle. You just pinch these two bits here, that opens up, and then you can unroll this top section here. And the good thing about this is that you can roll it down if you've not got so much gear in here, or if you've got quite a lot you can leave it, you know, slightly less rolled up, so you've got a kind of expanding section. You can fit different amounts of stuff in there, and in here you can put anything from hiking gear, fleeces, hats. You can put hot drinks, food in here if you want, but you can also put camera gear in here as well. So I can easily fit my 70 to 200mm lens in there, so it just gives you a little bit of extra space and it's really versatile. What I am noticing is I've got my fleece in here. That's absolutely bone dry, which is good, and that's down at the bottom of the bag. But the section that you roll up, this bit here, I've noticed that on the inside that is transferring just a little bit of moisture there. So like I said, that doesn't go down to the bottom where my stuff is, but it is just on the bit where you roll it up. So what I'm going to do is, they supply with the bag this additional rain cover, and it is really rainy today. It's quite exceptionally wet. So what I'm going to do is get this rolled up and I'm going to put the extra cover on as well. Alright, there's a couple of other compartments we can take a look at. Just take this cover off for a second. Right in there. You've got two on the front here, nice and large. You fit all kinds of accessories in there. They're feeling nice and dry at the moment. Just got kind of like cleaning cloths and little bags and things in there. This one is also RFID protected, so if you've got kind of credit card and things in there. Regarding the straps, they're really nice and padded. You've got some really thick padding on there. It does feel really comfortable on the back. Got a bit of padding at the top of the back here, a bit at the bottom. You've also got some kind of breathability in there, so if it's hot, you're not going to get a really sweaty back. When it's on your shoulders, it does feel really good. Definitely feels comfortable. You've got this strap across the top here, which you can buckle together. That keeps the straps nice and tight together so they're not slipping off your shoulders on a long hike. It also does have a loop here, so that if you've got a flight case with the extendable handle, you can kind of slot this over the handle and it'll sit nicely on top of your case without falling off. And you've also got a little anti-theft buckle down here to stop people from stealing your bag. You've also got some little hoops here, which are quite nice. I like to hang little things off of those, like my compass if I'm on a long hike, or little multi-tools and things like that. All in all, nice and comfy, and it's really well made in the strap department. There's also space for a small tripod. On this side of the bag you've got a small expandable pocket. You slot your tripod in there. Got a buckle that just comes around, secures it in place, and there you go. That's my travel tripod. I don't think you get a very large tripod in there, but small to medium ones, it's going to be good to go. Alright, so I'm absolutely soaked now. Going to head home, get dry, and then look inside the bag and see if the things that are in there are still dry. Right, actually let's just have a quick look inside the bag and see if the gear is dry. So I've got my fleece in here like I said. And that, to me, looks absolutely bone dry. So that's good. Let's check out the camera. Now, my camera itself, obviously I've been taking that in and out. It's been getting wet in the rain, so we'll ignore that. But I haven't used my wide angle. So that's been in the bag the whole time, so we'll take a look at that. And that looks dry as a bone to me. So that's really good. So even though we had a little bit of moisture just on the top bit where it rolled down, everything else inside the bag has been completely dry. So now it is time to get home, because I'm not dry. Alright, well it's really nice to get back and get dry. It was a fantastically rainy day today, but that turned out to be pretty good for testing the backpack out. And I have enjoyed testing it. It is a good bag. It's got some really good features. One of the best things about it is how versatile it is and how much it can carry. So if you've not got a lot of equipment, you can roll the top down, it gets nice and compact. But if you have got quite a lot of stuff, leave it rolled up and you've got a lot more capacity to fit stuff in there. So I really like this buckle here, really well made, really solid. And just to give you an example of how much stuff you can actually fit in here, filled it up with some random bits and pieces. So I've got an LED light there, filters, my fleece, which, as I said before, stayed really nice and dry. Got some waterproof trousers there, a 17 to 55mm lens. I've also got my 70 to 200mm lens, a cleaning cloth, my D7500 as well. So you can really fit a lot of stuff in there. You can also fit a small laptop in, there's a compartment in the back. Then of course you've got the zip on the side which opens up and allows you to get into the compartment where you can store your camera and a spare lens. So overall I think it is a good bag, but it's not without areas that could be improved. So one of the things is this design down here with the box, because what I found is that you've got the box section with your camera. If you want to get to your camera, you can just get to it quickly, you just open that up, get in there, and that's all good. But if you want to get to your other lens, which is on the other side of this box, there's no kind of entrance on this side of the bag. The only way to get to your other lens is to take this box out, and then if this section at the top is filled with stuff, when you pull the box out, everything falls down to the bottom. So that's not ideal. I think if there had been like an entrance on this side of the bag where you could just unzip it and get to your lens, that would have been good. But that is an area that can be improved. And as I mentioned earlier, I did see a bit of moisture when I was using the bag earlier, just here at the top. So not inside the bag. Inside the bag everything was fine, everything kept dry, everything in these compartments kept dry. My spare lens was dry, which I never took out of the bag, so the bottom bit was all dry. It was really just this bit, and it was like the top bit of fabric here, the canvas at the top, which rolls up. And I'm just wondering if it was perhaps condensation, because there is kind of like a double layer of material here, and the moisture seemed to be in between those two layers. And it was only in the bit that got rolled over like this, it wasn't in the rest of the bag that was all dry, like I said. So I'm going to give K&F Concept the benefit of the doubt here and say that that might have been condensation. However, if you are going to be using this bag in prolonged rainy conditions, I would recommend using the supplied rain cover. But despite those slight drawbacks, I do think that it is a good bag, and especially at this price point, it's about £70 in the UK. I think you get a lot of bag for your money. It's got a really good design. I think this kind of camouflage pattern looks really good in a rural environment or an urban environment. All the zippers and the buckle and everything seems really well made, pretty sturdy. It's really comfortable, really well padded, and I think I definitely will be using it again. So yeah, I can recommend it, but like I said, if you are in really bad conditions, definitely use the rain cover. So that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. If you're not subscribed yet, then please consider doing so. You can click down here on the big red button, or over here on my face, and that way you'll keep up to date with what I'm doing each week. And there's a new video every Sunday morning at 10 AM UK time. So I hope you'll catch me for the next one. But until then, that's it for this one. So thanks a lot, and bye for now.